What's going on, everybody? It's Apostle Deck here. All right, continuing in the wilderness series, I've been conversing with my inner circle, Elraw One and Malavian Da'at, aka Nick Bean, and they've been telling me how they are very appreciative of me being led by the Holy Spirit to go into the scriptures and break down precepts and concepts and everything about what's going to be going on in the wilderness. And they're both telling me how, they're expressing disgust with a lot of these other camps that are not talking about this subject, because they would have you to believe that we're just gonna get beamed up into, angelic ships and just whisked away, and that's it. No, that's not it. That ain't nothing but repackaged rapture doctrine. That's all that is. We will be going to the wilderness, kicking and screaming, your ass going over there. So I've already done a couple of videos here past about that. Well, this one, and I told y'all in the last one that I did, Poverty in the Wilderness, that I was going to do one on leadership in the wilderness. And this one is probably the most important out of the other ones that I've done, because this definitely isn't being taught among Israel today. Because I don't know what these guys think is going to happen to us once we leave here, or where we're going and everything. I'm starting to wonder if any of them even really give a shit as long as they get out of Babylon. Nah, man, that's a pipe dream. I ain't going nowhere if I don't know where it is and what's going to be going down and what's to be expected of me. Nah, hell nah. It's easier to deceive somebody with some shit like that than, otherwise. So no, we're going to go into this thing here, and I'm breaking it down, and this is probably going to be the lengthiest of out of the other ones, but it has to be taught, and I'm going to teach it. I'm going to be obedient and teach it as the Spirit directed me to do. So without further ado, let's get in here. Leaders in the wilderness. Now, before we actually start talking about what's going to be going on in the wilderness, we're going to rehash and go over once again. Yeah, I know the redundancy of it all, but we're going to go back over leadership, because you're going to have to experience leadership here first before you even get thought about being accepted in the draft, should you make it over into the wilderness. You're not just going to go over there and then, set up your own thing, or no. Ain't gonna happen that way. And I'm gonna show y'all at the end of this lesson. You're gonna know ain't gonna be nothing, not even close to that. So any of you that have came to this channel and it wasn't by chance or coincidence, and you've been following me for some time and everything, you've already taken the first steps towards a leadership position among Israel. This is your basic training. Like when you go in the military, first you got to go through about 8 or 10 weeks of basic training, or if it's the Marines, 13 weeks or whatever. You got to go through learn the basics first. Then after that, you go into what's known as your job specialty training school for whatever particular specialty that you're going to be doing while you're throughout your career in the military. And you can change specialties and everything, but you have to have some sort of specialty before you get released into the military. Then after that, and you're released into the military, wherever they have you stationed or what have you, then whatever job that you trained for, provided that you went through the training and successfully completed it, then that's what you're gonna do. It's pretty much the same concept, man. It ain't gonna be no whole bunch of bullshit and disorderly kind of no. A lot of these guys are high and worn out from fucking and busting nuts with these stupid bitches and all this other shit. They're not thinking rationally. As a matter of fact, they're not thinking at all. But after this lesson, you're going to have a pretty damn good idea at how this thing is going to go down, starting from since you came on here until we get over there. Let's get it. Let's look at 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. This is the hierarchy among people that's getting ready to be reestablished here real soon. It's already happening in some places, but this is getting ready to be the new norm that these fuckers aren't telling y'all about, because this is how the Most High ordained it in the first place. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Yeshua, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Yeshua is Ahiah. And that's 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. And that's what we're going back to. If you got a problem with that, I always tell you, suicide is always the most viable option available. So stop fucking around and wasting time and go on ahead and do what it do. Because if you're not going to get down, you're going to have to lay down. That's all it is to it. All right, let's look at Sirach, which is Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verses 4 through 5. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state, like what I'm in right now. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. And that's the Ecclesiasticus, which is Sirach, chapter 2, verse 4 through 5. So the top tier leadership among Israel are going to be in situations like what I'm in right now. The he-goat. I've been out here. It'll be a year in October I've been out here in these streets. All the way across the Gulf Coast and here in Texas. And I spent a little time in Oklahoma too. So, you know, I'm out here. I'm in crisis mode. I've been in crisis mode. And that's the furnace of adversity that acceptable men must be tried in. How the hell you think you're going to be in a leadership position and you ain't ever been tested in a crisis situation? You don't know how the hell you're going to hold up, or if you're going to hold up in a crisis situation, unless you've been in one for a little bit and had to go through some shit while you was in it for a little bit, okay? That's the foundation right there. You're not going to just get no damn leadership position because of convenience. No, your ass will be tested in every way possible. Okay? To hell with what these other guys are telling you or not telling you for the most part. No, you will be tested. And like I said, if you expect to be in the top tier, then you're going to have to be like what I'm going through right now. I'm like a master Eli, because I'm the one teaching you guys about what it is to be an Eli, and I'm teaching you all this stuff now. I'm been teaching you. This ain't gonna be a shock to you if you took these teachings seriously, and all of a sudden some shit started happening where you're at, and everybody over there where you are in crisis mode. If you're in crisis mode like them, that's your fucking fault. You deserve that shit, because you sat down and heard these teachers and everything, and perhaps you thought it was funny or entertaining or offensive or whatever your hang-up was, and didn't take it seriously and didn't see the value in the information. So when your time come to be tested and you failed, that's on you. My hands are clean. I did my damn job. That's your ass, not mine. So y'all better be taking this shit seriously, man, because when you in this situation, it's going to take you seriously. Count on that. All right. Now we can hit Isaiah chapter 13, verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. That's Isaiah chapter 13, verse 12. Only way he gonna do that is through crisis, through SHTF, as they said on social media. And you're gonna have to be in SHTF for a while to get a lot of shit out of you that you yourself may not even know is there. Can't nothing clean your ass up like prolonged crises. I'm talking from experience. I know. You got shit you dealing with, you can't overcome it. When your ass is in a crisis, you ain't gonna have no choice but to overcome it or get overcome. Because now all of a sudden, you don't have the time to sit on your ass and fuck around and bullshit and living in comfort and convenience. And no, all that goes away. You're gonna have a bunch of new challenges that you're gonna have to deal with and everything that are not gonna be comfortable, that are not gonna be convenient. You're not gonna have time to bullshit, because everything you do is gonna determine what is gonna happen next. You're not gonna be living on autopilot like a lot of you are right now. That shit goes out the window. That autopilot gets disengaged, and you're gonna have to grab that fucking yoke and damn fly that bitch to the ground. And that's the way it is, and that's the way it need to be. That's the only way it's going to whip a lot of y'all's asses into shape where you need to be in order to be considered a leader. All right, let's go to my all-time Eli's precept. Isaiah chapter 32, verse 2. And a man, this is during SXTF, that we'll all get ready to see here. Some of you are already in it, like down there in New Orleans and places like that, and wherever else that storm get ready to fuck up. But soon, everybody, everywhere is going to be in this shit before we get out of here. Because everybody, everywhere is going to have to be thoroughly tested before we get out of here. But during that phase, only those that, came and took this information and everything serious are going to successfully complete this phase right here and actually be considered to be under this type of anointing when all this shit go down. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. In other words, the masculine Israelite brother man, just the most detested and the most despised in all of society today, is going to be lifted up above every single person, especially his damn arch enemy, the nigger bitch. We're going to be lifted up above Esau, everybody. Everybody going to have to come to us to survive all the shit that just get ready to happen. Yeah, it may not be none of us around where you are, and the Most High may have mercy on you and your little group and put just a little anointing on you, just enough to get you to where one of us are. But then when you get to where we are, you relinquish all that leadership over to that Eli or else. And there's no in between. Because I'm telling you right now, he's only going to be dealing with brothers that have this anointing when all this hell break loose. Everybody else, you on your own. And I already think y'all know how that's going to work out for the majority of you. It ain't. So you're going to have to get off your high horse or get knocked off your high horse. So when you get off the motherfucker and hit the ground, you better get up and start running towards the nearest Eli. If that be 1,000 miles away, you better start running like Jonah did. All right, let's keep going. We got a lot more to cover. Now, this is the leadership qualities that the Eli's here on this side, as these things transpire. These are leadership qualities that he's gonna have to exhibit in order to successfully complete his mission to even be considered a leadership position in the wilderness. Let's look at Isaiah chapter 40, verse 11. He shall feed his flock, or the people under him, like a shepherd. He shall gather the lambs with his arm and carry them in his bosom. In other words, he's going to have to bear the infirmities of those in his group that are weaker than him, which is going to be pretty much everybody, especially women with kids. You're going to have to show extra patience to them. They're not going to be strong like you. They're not going to be smart and wise and intelligent like you. They're not going to be physically capable of enduring the hardships that are going to be put on everybody like you. You're going to have to consider this shit. All right? And I'm talking to myself here too, as well, in this regard. You're going to have to do that. And shall gently lead those that are with young. See that right there? Isaiah chapter 40 and 11. Y'all see that right there? I'm talking to everybody, Sapasa that too. You're going to have to deal, and look, and as I go through this, I'm going to show you a profile of those with young, how they're going to be. And if you saw the last video, you should already know, but you still going to have to deal with them like that. For the young sake, they can't, control the fucked up mentality of their parents or their mother primarily, because it's going to be rare for you to be with a family. That means the man as the head, the woman and children, ain't none of us going to hardly experience that when leading these flocks around, because it doesn't hardly exist anymore. Not among Israel, it don't anyway. But I mean, it is what it is. All right, let's keep it going. Now watch this. This correlates with what we just covered. Ecclesiasticus, which is Sirach, chapter 4, verses 8 through 10. Let it not grieve thee, Eli, to bow down thine ear to the poor, and give him a friendly answer with meekness. That's going to be kind of challenging for me to do that, given my demeanor and the fact that I'm just a fucking asshole. But I'll get it. I'll get it. As long as they don't give me a reason to reveal my true nature, then they'll be okay. But if they give me a reason, then we're gonna have to take it to another level. Verse 9. Now watch this part right here. Y'all listen to this very closely, you brothers, you men. Y'all listen to this right here. Now, this is also a requirement for you as a shepherd over these flocks during these hell times that's upon us. Deliver him or her that suffereth wrong from the hand of the oppressor, and be not faint-hearted when thou sittest in judgment. I've talked about this in videos past, but I mean, you have to keep reminding people of certain things because it's so easy to forget this shit. You're out, your group and everything, and some predator or whatever come up and try to aggress one of the women in your group or one of their kids or whatever. No, you're not being a captain save a hole in this regard. No, you're responsible for every one of those souls under you. So what you're gonna have to do is execute that motherfucker and walk off like it didn't even happen. You're gonna have to convince yourself that you didn't do it. You can worry about the backlash later on. Now, I know some of y'all are like, God damn, yeah, it's gonna be like that. And you can say that Safar Sadek told you to do it, and I'll stand up and then admit that I told you to do it. If that's what it takes for you to grow some balls to be able to pull this shit off, so be it. I'll take the hit on it. I'm just that kind of man. I'll take the hit on that. But you better protect them people that are under you. Y'all hear what the fuck I'm telling y'all? All right now. Verse 10. Now watch this. This is going to get some of y'all tripped up because I already did a video of several, as a matter of fact, but the most recent was Eli's Kryptonite. This kind of goes along with that if you don't follow this the way this is written right here. So y'all asses listen. Be as a father unto the fatherless. All these little illegitimate niggas and whoever else that's gonna be in your camp don't know who the fuck their father are. You're gonna have a bunch of single baby mamas with no man around that helped her bring those kids into this world. You're gonna have to be that, as they say, positive, masculine role model to these kids as though you were their father. But watch this part right here. And instead of an husband until their mother. That means she's off limits to you sexually, completely. You ain't got time to be fucking around with her, and that's gonna be extremely difficult to do this because all of a sudden you're gonna have these damn nigga bitches with these badass brats that, you know, when all hell break loose, that's gonna cause a lot of them to get their shit together real quick when they actually see hell like they're going through down there in New Orleans and other places and everything. So when a real masculine man come around that has this anointing on him, you shouldn't really have a lot of problems out of there. They're gonna be desperate. They're gonna be looking for any semblance of rescue out of the situation that they're in. And when this woman see her kids warming up to you like the father that their fathers could have never measured up to, because they're most likely Pookies and Ray Rays, that's going to cause her to feel a certain way about you. And therein lies the problem. Because the more you all are progressing and moving forward and you're being the provider that she never saw outside of Esau in this white supremacist system, all of a sudden she's seeing a brother man being the provider that it was said that he never could be and everything. That's going to cause a lot of emotions in these women, man, and in you. Taking on, you know, the role of a father for some other knuckleheads, kids or whatever, especially if you're older like I am. They're going to be more prone to listen to you than they would if you were a younger Eli, closer to the age of their damn father or closer to her age. But if you're up in age like, you know, my inner circle is and everything, we're going to gain a lot of respect from these women. That's going to cause jealousy between women to women that have kids. Because now you got Shanquisha think her little girl should be more, you should, you know, show more attention and favoritism and all this towards her daughter than Beverly over here with her son and her daughter. And see, you're going to have shit like right there going on. All this competition and clamoring for attention and bickering and this, that, but you still got to deal with them, just like Isaiah 40:11 said, gently, because they have young ones. and put up with that shit at the same time and stay focused on the mission, at hand, and making sure everybody's protected, provided for, this, that, and the other. Y'all see what I'm talking about? Now, you think this is going to be a walk in the park, do you? Yeah, okay. All right. Be as a father unto the fatherless, and instead of an husband unto their mother. So shalt thou be as the son of the Most High, and he shall love thee more than thy mother doeth. And that's Ecclesiastes, which is Sirach, chapter 4, verses 8 through 10. So y'all need to keep this in mind. There's going to be a lot of competition for your attention and for your affection, and ain't none of us really ready for that. No, we're not, because, bitches don't hardly look at us, and if they do with great disdain. They despise our very masculine nature right now because of this bullshit society that has been allowed to just take them and mold and shape them into the damn demons that they are right now. But all of a sudden, when all hell breaks loose, and see, Hollywood is very slick about fantasizing and romanticizing shit like this during SHTF situations, when you get a bunch of people coming together that don't know each other from various walks of life, various occupations, various backgrounds, various races, and all this shit. And all of a sudden, you're all coming together, and then you have what they project as the alpha male, the one that's in charge and in control, and then you immediately start seeing all those that are under him, especially women, try to use their children, their sexuality, their willingness and ability to please you sexually. They're going to try to use all this shit as leverage to try to be right next to you. And that's the shit you got to be careful and watch out for. Because that's where Satan is working, right there. Mightily. That's where Satan is, right there. So in case you didn't know, now you know. And yeah, those kids will be used as leverage, as tools to help her gain every advantage she can over your ass. All right? So y'all need to be mindful of this shit. Now, as we move ever so closely and quickly into this shit. So when I, flip this around and show you how it's going to be in the wilderness, you got to get through this first. You got to make it through this. These are final exams right here, guys. You got to make it through this shit here first. All right? And ain't none of us made it through this shit here. We're still in training, myself as well. We haven't really got there yet, but we're getting there faster every day. So you gotta take this shit to heart, man. You gotta jot this stuff down if you don't really understand it. If it's new to you, if it's somewhat, complicated for you to wrap your mind around, you really need to be writing this stuff down in a journal and have that journal with you. Why? Because that journal is the real book of Eli that everybody is going to be after. Why? Because the CIA and the FBI and the NSA and all these other alphabet soups are surveilling every one of these channels. And they've heard me tell you over and over and over again to have a journal. And so in keeping with the continuity of that movie, The Book of Eli, when you're out and about and everything and certain motherfuckers come up on you, they're going to know you have a journal. And they're going to know how valuable that journal is, just like what was portrayed in that movie, man. Okay? This is real shit. So y'all need to be up on your game. All right, let's move on. Now watch this. Now, all of us are pretty much in this particular boat right here, but after I finish this, I'm gonna, explain it to you from two angles, but try not to adopt this attitude when you start picking people up and everything and start, going through trouble and shit with them. Don't be quick to do this. All right, I'll explain. Let's look at John chapter 10, verses 12 through 13. But he that is an hireling, which is pretty much what we're going to be during this time, under that anointing, and not the shepherd whose own the sheep are not. These are not our sheep. We're just stewards over them, getting them from this point to the wilderness. We're guardians over there from the time you meet up with them until then. That's our job. That's our primary function. Whose own the sheep are not, seeth the wolf coming, or see danger coming, and leaveth the sheep and fleeth, and the wolf catcheth them and scattereth the sheep. The hireling fleeth because he is an hireling and careth not for the sheep. That's John chapter 10, verses 12 through 13. Now, in some situations that you're going to encounter with these people, especially these women, with these children and everything, and this arguing and bickering and everything, it's going to wear you down, guys. Okay? You're not that fucking hard. Neither am I. That shit's going to wear you down, constantly hearing this shit over, especially if you're like I am now, where you don't even, I don't hear this shit. I don't fuck with these bitches out here on these streets and everything. So I don't hear no arguing and bickering because I'm not having it. You don't get to argue and bicker with me. You take your ass home, because there's nothing for us to be arguing and bickering about, because really there's nothing for us to be talking about. But during this time, when their lives are literally going to be in your hands and this shit start popping off and everything, your initial reaction or response to this damn bullshit and arguing and everything is just say fuck it and just bounce and leave them motherfuckers and let whatever happen to them happen to them. But you can't do that. What you're gonna have to do as an Eli is isolate the main troublemaker. There may be several of them, but there's always a main instigator in the backdrop. You're gonna have to get into the spirit and let the spirit show you which one it is and get rid of that one as an example to the rest of the group. Don't just sack the entire group, not unless they compromise y'all's situation and everything, making a bunch of noise or whatever the case may be, and all of a sudden you get overran and everything. Now, in a situation like that, hey, save yourself, because we are the prize, to be honest with you. So you tell them, y'all get out here and get to making all this noise and act it up and everything, and these other motherfuckers that are out here roaming around and hunting, these predators, and they find out where we are because y'all don't, want to listen and be disciplined and to sit y'all's asses down and being still, something y'all not used to. Okay, in a situation like that, because I'm not gonna get captured because I have the discipline to sit down and be still. Y'all gonna be on the meat, y'all gonna do what the fuck I tell you to do, or you or whichever one of y'all can lead this group and y'all go the fuck on. And we'll separate, part company, and y'all gonna do what the hell you want to do, because I'm not dying for y'all because y'all don't want to do right. Now, in a situation like that, yeah, but you're gonna have to use a lot of wisdom to make a call like that. But if it ain't that serious, just get rid of the troublemaker. Read 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 5, and I've told y'all this on several past videos, 5 by 5 the motherfucker, and be done with it. But don't just be too quick to jump up and run, because you're not exhibiting the type of leadership skills and qualities that is going to be looked for when you make it to the wilderness. If you're quick to do that just because you're running a problem. See, a lot of y'all right now, while you have all this time to come on here and watch these videos and shit like that, y'all need to start looking into what's known as conflict resolution and shit like that right there. Interpersonal skills and how to deal with people in heated situations and shit like that right there. Look into stuff like this. Y'all have the time to do it. I'm telling you, it would help you a great deal. Read Sun Tzu's The Art of War in Business and Relationships. If you haven't ever read that before, get that stuff and read it, man. This shit is cheap right now on Amazon and other online outlets and vendors. Get this shit and read it until you understand it. Just bring it with you. So when you have this time on your hands and everything, you can, be immersing yourself into this type of wisdom and knowledge. That type of wisdom and knowledge is what's known as mammon of unrighteousness. All right? And I don't know how many times I done went and covered that. So y'all need to be getting this shit and mixing it in with everything else you're learning. It'll make you a more well-rounded leader. All right? Let's move on. And we still ain't made it to the wilderness yet. Y'all see what I'm getting at? Now watch this right here. Let's look at Exodus chapter 32, verses 21 through 22. And Moses said unto Aaron, this is when Moses went up to the mount the first time to meet with the Most High. And the Most High knew what them niggas was doing down there. He told Moses, get down from here, go on, so I can destroy these people. man, I can imagine Moses ran down that damn mountain, barefooted and everything. And when he finally got back to the camp and everything, he got up in there and these niggas done lost their damn mind. So he rode up to Aaron, who was supposed to be in charge of him while he was gone. Now this is the dialogue that took place when he got there. And Moses said unto Aaron, what did these people unto thee, that thou hast brought so great a sin upon them? Yeah, making this false god and everything. Because the people got to act it up when the leader wasn't there. How's the saying goes? When the cat's away, the mice will play. Verse 22. And Aaron said, let not thy anger of my Lord wax hot. In other words, don't let your anger grow hot at me. Now look at this last part right here. Thou knowest the people, the Israelites, that they are set on mischief, bullshit. So y'all, if you didn't know that right now, then you must have been living under a rock or whatever. Just for the next 7 days, don't watch nothing but TikTok and World Star Hip Hop. And hell, just go out to certain places where you see a bunch of niggas that go through some hoods or whatever, and or wherever you see a lot of them gathered there, and just sit and get you a damn GoPro or whatever, and just video that shit, and then take it home and study it. That way you can try to figure out while you're watching all that shit, how would you deal with that situation where you in the middle of it? That's the best training you'll get in dealing with Israel, because Israel is not like any other race of people. No, not even close. So this is something y'all need to take into account right here, because when you get in the presence of the Most High and everything, I told you in that last video, this type of shit's gonna be going on. So you better develop and acquire the leadership skills now to be able to deal with this type of shit, or you know what the deal is. All right, let's move on. Let's look at Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 22. For my people, the Israelites, is foolish, retarded. Negroes, for the most part, nowadays, having been social engineered in this fucked up ass construct, are damn retarded. They have not known me, but they know good times, Jesus, though. They are sottish, in other words, immature. Yep. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding, not of the Most High. They are wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge. When it comes to, law, statutes, and commandments, hell, a lot of the Israelite brothers that are awake, that are out here teaching, have very little knowledge of the law, statutes, and commandments, because they hardly ever go into it. And it makes you wonder, what the fuck are they hiding? Some of them are hiding the fact that they really don't know what they claim to know. All right? Y'all got to open your eyes to shit, man. I'm telling you. All right, let's move on. Now we're going to switch gears. Now you made it through all the hell that's fast approaching each and every one of us, and you made it. And you actually brought some people through with you. Yeah, you had some, hairy moments. You had to sack one or two of them, trying to usurp their authority, like in the video I talked, Korah's next rebellion. And, you ran into a few situations where you had to put that work in and fuck some motherfuckers up for trying to mess with some of the people in your camp and everything. You had to get your hands dirty. You had to get your hands bloody. You saw a great deal of death that you were really not psychologically or mentally prepared for, or emotionally. You had to execute a lot of death that you weren't ready for. You had to constantly resist sexual advances from women that otherwise you would have lost your mind and did whatever, you would have did it. But realizing the situation that you were in, the role that you played, and the consequences that would have ensued for giving in to that shit, you made it. You made it. And so the Melchizedek, and I got a lesson on that in the playlist, came, and the angels did what they had to do to get us from that point over into the wilderness. Okay, that's where this is picking up from right here. Now, as soon as we get to the wilderness, those of you that listen to these teachers and everything, and you're being obedient and writing this stuff down in your journals, and you're pondering it every day and letting it marinate in your mind, as soon as we get over there and this shit gonna start happening and everything, y'all just gonna be sitting back like, damn, Man, he wasn't fucking bullshitting. These motherfuckers are really doing this shit. So, here we go. This is what you can expect soon as we get gathered and taken over there. Let's look at 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verses 12 through 13. Now, this I say, that every one of you saith, I am of Paul, and I of Apollos, and I of Cephas, and I of Yeshua. Is Yeshua divided? Was Paul crucified for you? Or were ye baptized in the name of Paul? That's 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verses 12 through 13. So, as soon as we all get over there and everything, you're going to have motherfuckers bunching up. Hey, anybody that was at this camp, y'all come over here. And if y'all studied over under this camp, under this elder, whatever, all of y'all come over here. And every motherfucker's going to try to divide and bunch all up to these different camps that exist now. The angels are going to put a screeching halt to that shit right there. Because they're going to be like, first of all, we're going to divide y'all up into your prospective tribe. And first, it's only going to be Judah, Benjamin, and Levi over there. So everybody going to find out with 100% certainty who the fuck they really are. You got some thinking they're a part of this tribe, but your ass actually going to be of another tribe and this, that, and the other. So that's going to be the first order of business right there. You ain't going to get over there and everybody pair off into these different damn camps. Because I want you to think about that. Look at it all, the damn squabbling and bickering and shit that's going on over here right now between all these different camps, and all of it's bullshit. Every bit of it is fucking bullshit. You think the Most High gonna let those angels stand by and allow that shit to go on over there? Fuck no. It's not gonna happen. A whole lot of bubbles are gonna, well, let me rephrase that. All bubbles are gonna get popped as soon as you get over there. You ain't gonna get over there and usurp no kind of authority. You gonna get your ass over there and you gonna get down or you gonna lay down. I'm talking to you men, you leaders now. I ain't even talking about the rest of them. We covered that last night. Korah's next rebellion. Fuck them. We talking about y'all now. Y'all not gonna get over there and do what the hell you wanna do and try to set your own nerve. No sir. You ain't strong. Not against these angels you ain't. You'll get over there and get some shit put on your ass and make you bitch up instantly in front of all the people you led over there. So you're gonna get over there and you're gonna conform. Let's look at 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verses 4 through 6. For while one saith, I am of Paul, and another, I am of Apollos, are ye not carnal? Yeah, you are carnal. Verse 5, who then is Paul, and who is Apollos, but ministers by whom ye believed, even as Yeshua gave to every man. I have planted, Apollos watered, but Ahiah gave the increase. That's 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verses 4 through 6. And see, a lot of these niggas gonna get over there and try to pull this shit. It's gonna go down just like it did with the parable of the laborers in the vineyard. You had some that started out way back then, and over the course of time, from that time, he kept bringing more and more and more in to do work, do specific type of work. Everybody ain't doing the same type of work. But when it was time to be rewarded, which symbolizes us getting over there, everybody gonna get the same thing. And then, you know, this type of shit right here, think it's gonna get over there and nope. You ain't gonna get over there and try to gather nothing. You gonna get over there and get your damn feelings hurt and get your ass fucked up. That's what you gonna get. You get over there and shut your mouth and stand still and wait to be directed to what to do. That's what you do. That's the safe thing to do. When I get over there, I'm chilling. If I meet one of y'all, yeah, hey, Safari, you know, I was subscribed to your channel. Yo, what's up? You know what I'm saying? And it ain't gonna go no farther than that. Yeah, we might, you know, giggle a little bit and you can tell me about what you went through and, you know, we share war stories. But as far as getting over there and trying to, all right, everybody was up under me. Oh, hell no. Fuck that. Because by then, y'all done got on my last goddamn nerves and everything, and it ain't that type of party no more. I'm gonna be so relieved to not have to deal with you motherfuckers no more. I ain't gonna know how to act. But, and you might be thinking, well, damn, that's fucked up. No, motherfucker, you gonna be like that too. You think you ain't gonna get your nerves worn the fuck out? Okay, we'll see. We will see. All right, let's move on. And this is, now, after having went through all that, this is gonna be the process when we get over there right here. Ezekiel chapter 34, verses 17, and I'm gonna read verse 10 after that. And as for you, O my flock, thus saith Ahiah, behold, I judge between cattle, this particular camp, and cattle, that camp. Between the rams, the so-called camp elders and leaders, and the he-goats, the Eli's, the elect leaders of Israel, the ones that have to go before the flock in the SHTF and all this, like myself, and then train others to do so before y'all get out here. That's what the he-goats are. I fall into that category. Master Eli. That's the category I'll fall into, because I've been out here and I've been teaching y'all since I've been out here. I didn't get out here and just got solid. Hell no. I got out here and this fire, my ass has been on fire because I'm in the fucking fire. We just covered that when we first started this. He gonna judge between all that. I'm gonna judge between every camp leader, every elder, every Eli, he-goat, whatever. I'm judging all us. Why? Because judgment first must begin at the house of the Israelites, and it starts with the leadership first. Starts at the top first and then works its way down. So he gonna get the leadership straight first before anything else go down. That way, get over there, everybody gonna be on the same accord. You ain't gonna get over there and have your own little clique with You better enjoy that shit now while you doing it, because you ain't gonna be doing it over there. Verse 10, thus saith the higher, behold, I am against the shepherds, the Eli's, elders, and leaders, and I will require my flock at their hand, and cause them to cease from feeding the flock. So guess what? When we get over there, I ain't gonna be teaching y'all no more. It's gonna be a new power structure over there run by the angels. They gonna be running things. We're gonna be under them, doing what they tell us to do. I'm gonna show you the rank structure. I ain't gonna be teaching y'all no more. This is just for now. Because all the things that I'm teaching you all is done in part. But when that which is perfect is come, then that which is done in part shall be done away with. It's no longer necessary. Okay? And I will require my flock at their hand and cause them to cease from feeding the flock. Now watch this part. Now some of you niggas are guilty of this shit here. Neither shall the shepherds feed themselves anymore. What is he talking about there? Through tithes, offerings, Patreon, Cash App, etc. Y'all motherfuckers know who y'all are. Some of y'all got 501c3s doing this shit. Y'all niggas know who the fuck y'all are, and it got the flock feeding y'all's asses. Nope. Even though I'm out here, you know, I have guys in my inner circle, they'll, you know, hey, elder, anything you need to help you, you know, continue to work and everything. I'm not doing no regular job out here, because y'all know what that shit, hell, I left $1. That's how I ended up down here. No, I'm doing this work because this harvest is indeed plentiful, but the laborers are few. So I chose to do this work full time. Okay? And they'll ask me, you know, is there anything you need that can help, you know, keep you going and everything? Because we're enjoying the teachings and stuff. So I'll be like, I'll go on Amazon and say, hey, get that right there for me. I don't have these guys get me a whole lot of shit. And if you were to ask them, they'll tell you, I don't do that. I don't play games like that. Because times are hard, niggas need their damn money and shit, especially now. I've been telling y'all to get ready. Y'all saw what that storm did, and it ain't even finished yet. And I've been telling y'all to get prepared and get ready to move and everything. So, you know, no, I don't do the tithes and the offers and none of that shit. Fuck that. I don't teach for hire. I don't. I'm teaching based on how the Holy Spirit lead me to teach, based on things that need to be covered that are not being covered by niggas that are getting paid to do this stuff. That's why you ain't covering this shit. You're too comfortable. You got your little salary, and you're fucking around with your baby mama or your wife or wives or whatever shit you got set up and everything. You ain't got time to teach this stuff. So the Most High have to raise up niggas like me to do it. That's why the laborers in the vineyard, when they get over there, they're gonna be in shock. Cause see, a lot of you niggas think, okay, well, I done put my time in, I done did this, now I can kick back, relax. No, the fuck you can't. No, the fuck you can't. All this shit going on, this is the time y'all need to be on fire the most in your lessons. I told y'all about this in another lesson, y'all motherfuckers lounging around, and you need to be doing a hell of a lot more than what you're doing. I done told y'all's asses now, and when we get over there, we're gonna all be judged according to this shit. I'm showing you right here. For I will deliver my flock from their mouth, that they may not be meat for them. So when they get over there, all your little, you know, you got your little clique and everything, and everybody calling you rabbi and this and that and teacher and all this other shit and blah, blah. When you get over there, you're going to be just like anybody else. You might be one of the low tier leaders over there. And that's gonna really bust your damn ego then. I ain't trying to get over there being no leaders of a whole bunch of people. Hell, just give me peace of mind so I can set my ass down and rest for a little while. Shit, I'm tired, damn it. Tired of this shit. Tired of this fucking society continually to exist. I'm tired. I want this shit done and over with and fucking gone. Now, I'm tired, and I want to thank my inner circle for making it possible. You brothers know who you are, to where I could get 3 days of respite last weekend. And Most High knows I needed it, and it was much fucking appreciated. Because being out here and, you know, having to deal with the challenges of being out here is one thing, but then doing this work at the same time, that's why ain't no candy ass is gonna come over here and try to help me do shit, because you don't know a goddamn thing. You ain't going through nothing. You're a fucking fairy, a faggot. You ain't doing shit, so you don't get to come on here and say shit. Your opinions and whatever else have no value here. You ain't earned no damn stripes except in Satan's kingdom. You don't get to come here and tell me shit, because you ain't going through shit, and you know you ain't. Most High didn't see nothing in you to choose you to go through this, because he know you ain't shit. All right, thought I'd put that in there. But yeah, man, hey, when you get over there, a lot of feelings are gonna get hurt among these so-called leaders and shit that are established now. They're gonna get their bubbles popped when they get over there. Now I'm gonna show you how things are gonna be structured, and then this will be over with. Watch this. Now, when we get over there, Israel will not be governing themselves. Hell no. You're dealing with a bunch of sottish children. I just showed y'all that in Jeremiah 4:22. And you're going to bring them over to the wilderness with a lot of resources and just let them self-govern? Oh, hell no. Shit, no. Just leave everybody over here if you're going to do something like that. Now, Most High ain't stupid. He don't make dumbass mistakes like that. Hell no. No, he gonna have, this is what's gonna be the top leadership soon as we get over there. Psalms 91:11. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. Israel will not get over there and like I said, self-govern. Oh no. The angels are gonna be over there and your motherfuckers are gonna do what they tell you to do too. You ain't gonna beat no angel. Nigga, you ain't strong, you ain't hard. You're gonna be wore out from dealing this shit. Even the ones that's sitting up pretty right now and exacting money out of these people and got nice houses and cars and being comfortable and everything. Man, the Most High gonna put your ass through it worse than, look, I'm gonna tell you, somebody like me, this is gonna be a holiday for me compared to y'all. Why? Because I done been tried in the fire. I done been in SSTF. I don't have to go through this again. Y'all do. So the position that I'm in right now is actually extremely beneficial. And I didn't complain one time when I was out here. There was no reason to. All my needs were being more than met. Hell, that was better than when I was fucking working and had lack. Just like I read y'all in Haggai chapter 1, verses 4 and I think verse 9. That's how it was with me when I was out here working these damn jobs. That's why I ain't gonna work damn another one. Fuck that. I'm gonna do this job right here where I ain't got to work for Esau no more. And yet Esau bringing me resources every day in some form or fashion. So I ain't got to do that shit. Fuck that. But y'all that are laying up comfortable and everything. I know y'all saw this last video I put up. If you think you're homeless now, you see how that nigga bitch was talking? We laying out here and we go to sleep and we sweating and we wake up and we sweating. Oh, why? See, but you didn't have no problem maintaining that damn goofy ass looking wig on your head though. You see, I told y'all and I showed you in the scriptures how these bitches are gonna get stripped of all these conveniences and everything. I just told y'all that. That's why I put this video up right here. Sometimes some of y'all need to see this stuff happening so you'll believe it, because you don't have the faith to believe that it's gonna happen the way it's been described to you. So we have to show you these things to shake your ass up, because soon you're gonna be in a situation like that and having to lead people based on everything I just showed you. Let's see what you do. All right, let's move on. So the angels are gonna be in charge. You ain't gonna be doing shit but what they tell you to do, or else. Let's look at Exodus chapter 18, verse 21. Moreover, thou shalt provide out of all the people. This is his instructions to the angels when we get over there. able men. What kind of men? Acceptable men that were tried in the furnace of adversity, primarily, such as fear higher, men of truth, hating covetousness, and place such over them to be rulers of thousands, and rulers of hundreds, and rulers of 50s, and rulers of 10s. There's going to be your rank structure right there. So who's going to be one ruling over thousands? The ones that, your overachievers during this time will be. I'm not saying I'm going to be one. Hell, I might get out here and lose my damn mind and fuck more people up in my group than I do people trying to fuck with them. Time will tell. You may do the same thing. I'm not going to stand here and be dogmatic and say that, I'm going to cross the line with flying colors and everything. No, that's not my place to say that. But I do believe as long as I stay on this path, I will make it. I'm not concerned about how many people I rule over there. Hell, as far as I'm concerned, the less the better. Less headaches. All right, a few more precepts and I'm done. Let's look at Deuteronomy. Sorry about that. Let's look at Deuteronomy chapter 1, verses 15 through 17. So I took the chief of your tribes, wise men, and known, and made them heads over you, captains over thousands, and captains over hundreds, and captains over 50s, and captains over 10s, and officers among your tribes. And I charged your judges at that time, saying, hear the causes between your brethren, and judge righteously between every man and his brother, and the stranger that is with him. You see that? So all you Edomites and you other nations are going to be included in those of us that we're set rulers over. I've shown y'all this many times. Verse 17, ye shall not respect persons in judgment. In other words, showing favoritism to, this person because you feel like, they stroking your ego. See, shit like that go on in this kingdom. When we get over there to the wilderness, there ain't gonna be none of that. It's gonna be a harsh punishment for dumb shit like that right there. But ye shall hear the small as well as the great. Ye shall not be afraid of the face of man when you over there judging. Didn't I show y'all in another lesson about how he made my face as hard as an adamant of flint? You're gonna have to be like that when you cut. Why? Because you're dealing with Israel. For the judgment is a highest, and the cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me, and I will hear it. That's Deuteronomy chapter 1, verses 15 through 17. So no matter how many people you're over, if a situation arises and it's above your pay grade, give it to the angels and let them deal with it. That way you save yourself. Don't dabble in matters that are too hard for you, because you're going to be the one to get fucked up. And the people that were quarreling and everything ain't going to give a shit. And they probably did it on purpose to get you fucked up. You got to always keep that in mind. Based on the video I did, Chorus Next Rebellion. Because you're going to have a lot of slick and underhanded shit like that going on. Because motherfuckers don't like the fact that you're in charge. Hell, it could be some of the niggas that was over here that were running camps, that was dealing with several thousand people and everything. All of a sudden, they lived a good life, was exacting money out of these people and shit, and then get over there and they make them rulers of 10s. Now this nigga mad at you because you probably only dealt with maybe 20 people. So now they gonna be inciting people to do shit to get you set up and kicked out of their position. And they know they ain't gonna never get in it. They just don't want to see your ass in it. See, I'm telling you, man, these are the things you need to be aware of now, thoroughly aware of it, and always running this shit over in your mind so that when you see it or you start seeing indications of it happening and everything, you be like, oh, okay, well, I already know about this. So you'll be able to, warn somebody and save somebody for some bullshit. All right, let's switch gears, and this is it. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 17. Now, this is to everybody that's under somebody. Y'all better listen to this and listen to this shit real damn good, especially over here on this side. Obey them that have the rule over you and submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls, as they must give account, that they may do it with joy and not with grief, for that is not or that is unprofitable for you. And that's Hebrews 13 and 17. That motherfucker will take on the attitude of a hireling, and hey, I already covered that, and you know that ain't gonna go well. So get in your lane, shut your fucking lips, cause you ain't important as you think you are. Especially if you got to run to that man for your very protection. Shut the fuck up. You ain't got nothing to talk about. Most High ain't dealing with you. Just eat the food that he give you, and you know, be thankful for the protection that he give you, and shut the fuck up and just go along with the flow. Cause Esau ain't gonna be dealing with you no more. Didn't he prove that to that nigga bitch in this video that I just put up here? About if you think you're homeless now, what was Esau at helping her ass? And she up here crying, running around, knocking on people's doors and this, that, and the other. Look, though he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly. But at the end, he will declare his wickedness. I done told y'all that many times. But you keep got your fucking head shoved all up in his ass and everything. So now when real crisis hit, he gonna declare his wickedness. He gonna be like, look, I got my nut, I'm done with you. See, a lot of you nigga bitches are finding this shit out now. Esau done got his nut, multiple nuts. Motherfucker tired of your ass now. He's done with you. He's going back to his own woman now. And she going back to him. They don't give a fuck about you now. They done used your ass. So you're gonna have to come to us. All right, y'all, that's it.